Hi, you guys. DaveMadMax 6, and we're back at the Mecca, and this is Muscle Beach TV. And today I'm really happy to have my good friend Danny Hester. Danny, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it.
So, who do we got here?
This is Chili.
That's not Elvis.
No, Elvis. This is Elvis's son, actually.
Okay, keep it in the family.
Yeah.
Last time you did the interview with us, I think you brought the dog also. You brought Elvis then.
Yeah, I had Elvis, and interestingly enough, Elvis passed away a year from when I won just the last show I did.
Oh man, that sucks. How old was he?
15.
15. Wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of significance in many ways for that show.
I know.
So
You love your dog, man. You're close to your dog. How old is this one?
Chili is 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a few more good years.
Oh yeah. So he's gonna see me through my pro career now.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk about the pro career, man. You got your pro card a couple of years ago now, right?
2013. Yeah.
2013. And we were so happy to have your pro card. And you waited to make your pro debut, and you finally did it just a few weeks ago. And you won first time out of the box. It was a brand new men's Classic Physique in Culver City. You did with your good friend Danny, Stan McQuay. And you won, man. So we're so excited and so happy for you, man. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was, like I said, it was significant in a lot of ways. I've been training, staying in shape my whole life. Love bodybuilding, love competing. Never really, I wouldn't say cared to turn pro, because it'd be just a whole nother level that, discipline-wise and just mentally and for everything I was doing, it just wasn't for me, because the sport's changed a lot since the 90s when I first started competing. Actually, my first show was in 1989.
Wow.
And I won that. I've always placed pretty much in the top 3 of all my shows. And I was fine, as far as like not taking first, because based on today's criteria, I could have been a pro like 20 years ago, many times, because I think you placed first and second in a lot of shows now. Then you had to win like the overall in a lot of the shows, so that's the thing is I was fine being a top amateur, didn't really want to kind of step it up and go there with my physique. I just felt my bone structure and everything, I just didn't feel comfortable trying to push it, and I appreciate the guys that do, and I respect them, and I see a lot of guys try and their physique actually gets worse as far as I'm concerned. I've always been in the philosophy of just moderation is really good with everything, health-wise and just functionality. So for me, it was just being, and I'm blessed to be here in Gold's Venice. I didn't really have to be a pro to get kind of the notoriety of a pro. All these years I've had big, endorsement contracts. I've been on covers and stuff like that. And I was contributing, inspiring people, I hope, in a lot of ways. And just going through like pretty much 3 generations. 3 decades of superstars in this sport and the camaraderie and everything. I just love it, and I'm just very blessed and thankful that I have this category that pretty much is me. I've lived this category, and I didn't compromise, and it just full circle. Really full circle. So, and my body still responds, and I have something to train for. A lot of people, he doesn't really get ready and this and that, because there's always a little reserve in the back of my head as far as what am I going to do with this? Why am I going to be pushing to this certain point? What's the benefit of it? So just staying healthy and in shape all year, people coming to Venice, seeing me and appreciating the symmetry and just the aesthetics and being in shape, hopefully inspires people outside of bodybuilding too. Be a good representative in the best way I can. So now with this Classic Physique, I got something to train for. I have a goal now, and I have a lot of improvements I know I need to make, and
you want to make.
Definitely, and there's a reason for it. Because the thing with bodybuilding, you're never satisfied with your physique, and half of that is because you have to keep putting on more size. I could have gotten my physique perfect for what I thought was perfect, all the weak points and everything, but then
it would have not helped you.
Well, but then the next thing that people would say is, now just make it bigger. You see what I'm saying? So it's endless.
You can't win.
And if you get bigger, then things start getting unbalanced, and it's just a never-ending, quest. And for some way it's good, but for me, there was nothing. It was a journey that led nowhere. So now there is somewhere, there is a destination, and I can improve staying within the limits that they require, and I could just hone and just be my best, and I'm so excited about that.
That's so great.
And
I'm so glad you're talking to us about all this, because you're right. You're someone that everyone knows. Come close to me a little bit. Everybody always says, Danny, they kind of make a joke. There's like a running joke at goals. Like, this guy never has to diet for more than 5-6 weeks. This past show, you told me that you actually literally prepped seriously for 3.5 weeks, correct?
About 3.5 weeks.
Wow. But how do you, and you say you stay in shape all the time, how do you do that? How can you explain to people how you're able to stay at striking distance and really only have to, prep for 4 weeks and be so good all the time? What's your secret?
Well, as an amateur, there was weight divisions. So I knew if I stayed within the range, and kind of make sure I have kept my weak points, up to par with the rest of my body, because for me, I'm not a mass monster. I don't get freaky shredded, but
You get pretty shredded.
yeah, these days shredded glutes and all that. That's the things
okay.
that's like, oh goodness, can they make the posing trunks a little longer?
Yeah.
Which they did for this category. I was like, can they do anything else to like help me in this sport? I'm like, man, this is cool.
Yeah.
So but yeah, just staying in shape year round and just being balanced. Balance was always my strong point. That, and with the posing, because half of why I loved the bodybuilding was the artistic part of it, is the posing. I mean, back in the day when I was growing up, I was very fortunate to have one of the first pros went to a show I did in Orange County that I won, came up to me and kind of wanted to mentor me, which was Serge Nubret.
Oh my God! Wow.
Wow. I mean, you couldn't have picked a better, and the sad thing is I didn't appreciate it as much as I do now,
Really?
looking back at it.
Wow.
I would miss workouts. He'd call me, Danny, where are you, in his French accent. I'm like, man, I stayed out late last night and stuff like that. I was like, oh man, did I really do that to this guy?
Wow.
I mean, what a legend, but that was kind of like a physique that, even at his age, I think he was like maybe 50, back then. It was just amazing. It's just inspired me. I was like, he's a bigger guy, but his balance is very similar to mine, and something I would love to strive for.
Yeah.
And it's all opinionated. It's all what you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Arnold, I would have had him first at the Olympia, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just his aesthetics and everything. When he took second to Arnold,
Mhm,
and Lou
mhm.
took third. So, that's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So I don't get upset, and with the placings, as long as you have a good performance and you felt that you did what you needed to do and improve yourself. And it's about just being out there and inspiring people, contributing.
Yeah.
And like what you're doing is awesome, giving us a platform, for all the athletes. So I just appreciate the sport and want to motivate everybody. I just need to learn this damn Instagram stuff, because I'm like such a dinosaur. It's embarrassing. And I was like, oh my God. So I just thought, you know what? I'll just like train and mentor the guys with like 1 million followers and stuff.
Like Stan.
Yeah, and I can kind of do
Piggyback.
Exactly. It's like the questions I have is, how do you repost? And people are going, are you kidding? I don't know. We'll figure it out. It was
Go ahead.
no, I was going to say, it's a whole new world out
Yeah,
there,
sure
it's
is.
exciting, and I just want people to know it takes time, what I mean, to get it right. It's win or lose, you just keep striving, and just keep improving yourself, and that's the fun of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's your secret. That's your sister. Basically, is consistency. You've always been consistent, and even though you didn't have that goal of becoming a pro, even though you were good enough, you never stop bettering yourself every day, every workout, every year.
Yeah, no, and
Wow.
there's something to be appreciated with everybody's physique, even the Instagram guys and stuff like that. It's inspiring. So it's just takes a lot of work and consistency, because like I say, I'm my business card. I'm when people look at me,
Yeah.
that's how I market myself,
Yeah.
and represent myself to everybody, even to kids.
Yeah.
So I want to stay in shape and look healthy and motivate people that way, because I train a lot of celebrities and pro athletes.
I was gonna say you trained a lot of people when you were saying outside bodybuilding. I mean, you trained
Yeah.
Apollo Ono and a lot of boxers, a lot of
Yeah,
top level guys.
NFL, yeah, actors and
Wow.
people that actually need to be in shape for functionality and for appearance.
Yeah.
As far as marketing themselves, and I just feel like I have the knowledge. I'm also a registered nurse, and just my medical background and my athletic. I wrestled in college, and MMA and boxing and kickboxing and all that stuff. I train a lot of world champions, so I like to be well-rounded, and it motivates them when I can take my shirt off and then do some of the stuff with them rather than just telling them what to do. It gets them more motivated and it inspires them.
They must be proud. This is my coach.
Yeah, no, and it's really cool, and to be doing it at my age is just amazing. It's all about moderation, and I've always said, don't push to the brink of breaking something with whatever you're doing, because there's always the next time, and there's always other ways of doing it. It's longevity, because I want to look like this when I'm 80. So technology too is really cool, because the longer you're staying in shape, the more technology will help you get in shape.
That's right.
That's the cool part of it.
Wow.
So, and then they have Photoshop too, you can do, so you don't have to kill yourself.
Yeah, but you don't know how to use that either. So.
I know, but you can always hire someone.